since Raza, are you out there? Raza Aziz.
I'm here.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Sean. Good to
All
be here.
right. Hey, so tell me, where are you calling from?
I am in Toronto, Canada.
All
In the
right.
cold. Yeah.
Hence the hat, right? So,
Hence the hat.
so tell me, who introduced you to the ER shred?
So, person who introduced me to the ER shred was Michelle Schroeder.
Yeah.
Her and we had been talking about stuff over time, and then she told me, she's like, well, you can do this 30 days thing and everything like that. And then 10 minutes later, she messaged me. She's like, you know what? There's this 11-day protocol that you might want to go for. So I'm like, I like 11 days better than 30. So talk to me. So here we are.
That's good feedback for us. I know that is that appeals to people. And Michelle has helped a lot of people. That much I am aware of. So
absolutely, she's a superstar.
Yeah, she is. So give us an idea. What's your passion? What do you love to do?
I'm passionate about life. I'm passionate about health and just really accelerating towards our goals. I believe we live in a world that everything is moving so fast. Then why is it that we can't attain our health goals fast as well? And that's really like it drives me. I've been on my own fitness journey over the past about 2 years. 1 year ago, I hired a nutritionist and a coach, and I said, you know what, you create my training plan, you create my nutrition plan. I will just do what you tell me to do. Over the past year, I was on a journey with her, and I needed this last push at the end, because I was stuck at 155, and my goal was to get down to 145. And I'm like, it's December. I've been doing this thing for 1 year. I'm like, I got to break this threshold. And so that's what ultimately brought me here. So if you see my life, it's very evident that I have become, I was not always like this. I have become really a fitness guy and really stand for other men as well, especially above 40, to stand for their own fitnesses as well.
So that's kind of cool, because you kind of told us, well, maybe you didn't. Maybe I better ask that as well. I get your passion now completely. What was life like before you got, into wellness and fitness? What was your experience before that in terms of quality of life?
I've never really paid attention to this arena until like 2018, I think it was. It was just January 2018. I'm like, I need some new goals. I'm like, why not take on fitness? And I didn't realize how, because when I look at my pictures from 2018 to now, like, oh my gosh, like this, like amazing. I'm more energetic now. I'm in the best shape of my life at 45 than I was at 35. And so it's been a journey. Now, if I just go over the past year, I think I took this journey on. I wanted to get fit, but because I was dedicated to my fitness so much, I'm like, you know what, I got to go for the ultimate. I got to pop out some abs over here. And it has been a freaking journey trying to get them to show and all of that stuff. Sometimes I like look in the mirror in the morning and I'm like, think they're there. And so it's just been a push. It's been frustrating, the journey, and I've made a lot of changes in my eating over the past year as well. And so ultimately, when I was having a conversation with Michelle about this, so she's like, okay, you want this last push, this might be it for you.
And that was how long ago?
What, that conversation?
Yeah, how long ago? Like, when did you first try the ER shred then?
This was I finished my shred 2 weeks ago. So I started so I started December 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did it serve you? What did it serve as that last push that you were hoping for? And what is that, how would you
So So when I started, I was sitting at about 155 pounds. I ended the shred with 147.
Yeah.
And right now I'm sitting at 148.
Okay.
It's just a pound, just kind of moves around. I think one of the biggest things, and by the way, I did not understand the shred at all. I just went through, I'm like, okay, you know what? I got this, and then I'll learn as I go. And I think that's a philosophy that I've used pretty much in a lot of areas. And I was just going through the guides that are presented and trying to, I'm like, okay, this is what's happening with my body. Okay, I'm taking this now. I'm just following the blueprint that's laid out. I'll see how the changes happen. And lo and behold, as some of the fat, kind of went away, I finally saw some visibility on my abs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I need to get down to 145. I'm like, it is there. It is there. I know it. So I've had this love and hate relationship with my abs, but it's really ultimately, it's educated me about food. And I
Yeah.
think one of the biggest things that I have gotten, which I personally, I never thought this would ever happen to me, is that when I put food in my mouth right now, I actually know it's reacting to me. And
You've
that
gained
was,
that. You've kind of gained that self-awareness around food.
yeah. And going through some of the trainings that were in the guides,
Hmm.
I test some of the foods as I went back to it. I mean, I haven't introduced a lot of foods, but I know the protein bar that I was eating was reacting with me massively when I did have a little bite to it. I'm like, oh crap, this was my favorite protein bar.
No, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. You
No,
love
it's
it,
not.
but it
It's
doesn't.
gone. It's
It doesn't
gone.
love you.
It's not in the house anymore, and
Right.
the cravings are not really there
Yeah.
for me. So just really using nutrition as a fuel
Incredible.
for my body. So yeah.
So give me an idea as the guides. I'm going to give a shout out, Heather Sika Leonard. When you talk about the guides, you can just see she just gets all, oh, because she did all of that and she brought that skill set to the table and she organized everything for us and she continues to do so. So thank you, Heather Sika Leonard. We love you so much, Chief Shreducator. You the bomb. But and thank you for mentioning the guides, Raza, because it's so important that everybody knows the critical nature of those guides. Everybody could get coached differently depending on who brought them to ER Shred, but the guides are it's kind of that, it's a way that everybody can at least get that the guidance and the tracks. The tracks are there if we just get people with those guides. Did you notice any non-scale victories?
Non-scale victories.
Non-scale
Um,
victories. Yep.
yeah, I mean, just feeling light, much more energetic. I mean, those are just some of the abstract stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a suspicion. I'm actually have to go back to my notes, but I think I'm lifting heavier.
Ah.
Just it's a suspicion right
Did
now. I actually
you
have to
have you ever been
document
a
it.
fat burner before?
Uh, Over time, yes.
Mhm.
Over time. I mean, I used to weigh 178
Okay.
when I started this journey. So I had come down to 155 over the year.
Yeah. And
So
Raza, in my experience, I was, if you're introducing carbs on a daily basis to the body, then your body it becomes metabolically inflexible. You're not a fat burner. You're burning carb for energy.
mm,
And in my experience, I've been doing fitness off and on for my whole life, and that switch going fat burning, fat adaptive, I did notice a massive increase in strength and in
yeah, I'm
endurance.
still, and like I said, I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I don't know everything.
sure.
I'm just picking the pieces from the guides and just other people
I love it.
posting and all of that stuff. I still don't know because I come from calorie counting, mindset.
Right.
So I'm still like 2-3 weeks into this kind of thing. So my brain is just like a little bit all over the place. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
how much I'm eating or not eating, or should I eat to gain and all that stuff. So
I
I'm
love
still
that.
learning here.
I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you so much. I love that you're opening up about that. It takes vulnerability, that's where I was too. When I first learned about all these concepts, it was like, what are you talking about? But then you go that route and you realize that it's just so far superior. So congratulations. The biggest takeaway from your share that I loved the most for myself was when you talked about that internal filter, compass, intuition, that intuitive eating where, you're starting to listen to that body's speaking to you, and you're gaining that ability to communicate with the body and know what does and doesn't serve you. I think that's one of the greatest gifts that comes from this, and the freedom that is born as a result of that control. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raza. You're awesome, man. Appreciate you coming on. Everybody, please keep track of Raza and his journey in the group. Raza,